I'm not going to be doing a lot of the perimeter because, as you can tell, the ends do look pretty good, but I just want to see. Hey guys, welcome back. I want to thank all my subbies, my wonderful subbies. I really appreciate it. And I want to welcome all the newbies checking me out for the very first time, maybe out of curiosity, maybe out of boredom. It's all good. Come on in. Today we're going to do a length check, and we're going to do a mini trim, okay? A mini trim because I'm not going to do a major trim because my hair is growing in, okay? So it's not exactly straight. Little crinkles with the new growth. Thank God for the new growth. Ha! We're here for it. But with the new growth, it's not exactly even, okay? Because unlike, they used to sell dolls where you could pull the hair out from the middle and it will all cascade down and it would all be even. Well, our hair does not grow like that. It doesn't grow evenly at the same time, at the same length. So with that being said, I already know that I have new growth. It's not all even, but I want to catch some of the ends and just do a spot check. Make sure everything's going along nicely, okay? Make sure there's nothing that looks chewed up or split or anything like that. So I'm going to show you how I do that because I do my major trim after I relax my hair. About every 7 weeks. It used to be 6 weeks, and then I waited until 8 weeks. I've even gone as long as 10, 12 weeks, but I find that the longer that I wait, the drier that it gets. So I do about 7 weeks. So I'm due for another relaxer in about 2 more weeks. So we'll be doing a major trim at that particular time. But yeah, I'm going to check on the ends before I get to relax it again. But when I relax it, that's when I do the major trim, major cut, make sure everything is shaped really nice, because of course, that's when my hair is straightest. I've straightened the new growth and everything. I can see where everything evens out or not. I wanted to do a length check as well, because I know we did a cursory one a couple of weeks ago, but I want to do another one just out of curiosity and just to see, I've already seen the difference. I don't know if you can see the difference with the sides. I can already tell from the sides that we're making a lot of progress, but I don't think I did the back. I think I just did a little this and that and so forth and so on, a little shoulder, but I don't think I did the whole shebang, the 360. So we're going to do that. It seems to be growing in pretty nicely, and I'm very thankful for that. But yeah, so without further ado, that's what we're going to do. Okay. So for our mini trim, okay, we are going to, first of all, we need our scissors, hair scissors, okay? And I'm going to be using my dark Stag. The company does not matter, okay? I got these from Sally's, okay? But you can get hair scissors from just about anywhere, especially now that we're not able to go out the way we want to go out. I'm sure you can find them on Amazon and things of that sort, different sites of that sort. And you want hair scissors, okay? Because you want them to be sharp. Okay, you don't want to use garden shears. You don't want to use kitchen scissors. You don't want to use construction paper scissors or scissors that you would let your kids hold. You don't want that. You want sharp scissors, okay? Because if you use dull scissors, that can cause more damage. That can cause split ends, okay? And we don't want that, okay? Just imagine having to saw through something. Okay, whether it's wood or anything that's hard. If you saw through something, it can make jagged ends. Okay, it can be really rough and jagged and split. Same thing with dull scissors. Okay, but with sharp scissors, you get a sharp, even, one-time cut. Okay, so that's what we want to do. So we're going to use these. And someone made a comment in one of my other videos. I think it was the where I was cutting my bangs, and they suggested me using a smaller comb, because usually I use my wide tooth comb, but I do have a rat tail or smaller tooth comb, so you can really grab the hair and see what you're doing. And I do that for my major cut, as I explained to her, but I want to thank her for reminding me of that, because we are going to be using this today. Okay, so thank you. Okay guys, besides the scissors and comb, okay, whether it be wide tooth or smaller tooth gives you more control as far as seeing the ends. Okay, so when you bring it through, and you can really finally see those ends, you know, this will help make it more apparent. Okay, gives you more control over what you're seeing and how you're cutting. We are going to be cutting with, we're going to be using our fingers sort of as a guide or a tool, and I'm going to show you what I sort of rigged together, being that I trim my hair myself. I needed a little bit of help, or, you know, the fingers are okay. If you have a little tool to help guide you and make sure it's straight, that's great too. So I'm going to show you both. So what I do is, when you trim your hair, when you grab your hair, trim or cut, when you grab your hair and you bring the comb through and guide it through, and then you follow with your fingers, you want to use the top 2 inches or the top 2 knuckles, 2 joints, okay, of your fingers for control, because that's where it's the strongest. That's where you'll have the most clamp down on your hair. As it gets into, I guess, the loop or the web of your hands or fingers, it gets looser. You can sort of, the hair can come out like that, you know, and you want something really tight when you are cutting your hair. Okay, so you want a tight clamp down, and you can get the best from using the top 2 inches or top 2 knuckles or top 2 portions of your fingers. Okay, try not to let it go all the way down to the loop or the web of your hand. Okay, because again, you'll have more control, and therefore it'll really be cinched in between these two, and then it sort of gets looser. You can even tell when you look at your fingers and you hold them together, that space, yeah, your hair can come right out. You're busy cutting, and now it looks all janked up. So I can either use my fingers, or I guess it's a duck clip. It's just the salon clips that they use, you know, when they do your hair and they part it out. I think it's called a duck bill clip, okay? And what I did was I took one and I put felt on one end of it, because it helped capture my hair, because without the felt, my hair would just slip through the metal, okay? But I sort of use this as a clamp, as a guide to sort of capture my hair before I cut it and make it stationary, so that when I cut, I'm not cutting hair that's flowing or falling out. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're going to comb this forward, okay? And it looks pretty good. The ends, I can't front. They look pretty good, okay? But I just want to go through and see. So what I do is, sometimes I do the length, you know, and I'm hoping you can see this. If not, we are going to have to. So I'm going to, this is the length, and I just make sure that it looks even. And wherever it's not even, okay, that's where you trim. And it's okay. Take your time. Take your time. But you will see it. Now, I don't have a lot to trim coming down, but I wanted to show you just how I would do it on the perimeter. Okay, so it's not a lot to trim right here. I think I have 1 or 2 hairs, besides this loose hair, that are not even with the others. So I would just trim like that. And I barely took any off. Okay, now your ends may be more severe. So what I would say is take your time. okay? And wherever it is thickest, remember I told you to cut it to the white meat? That's what I'm talking about, cut it to the white meat. But if you do not feel comfortable in doing that, even a small trim will help. Trust me, it will help. But just cut it so that it's even. I'm bringing it up so you can see it, but you want to bring it down, okay? Now, if your hair is totally blunt across the bottom, you're going to bring it down and cut it right to where it would be even, okay? I'm using my wide tooth comb, but you can use the smaller tooth comb. And again, if you don't trust your fingers, or maybe your fingers aren't long enough, you don't, whatever it is, you can use some type of tool. Make your own tool. That's what I did. Do your own stuff. That's what I do. Now bring it down, and you can really see, I love this. You can really see where it's uneven, okay? So right now, mine isn't too bad. Okay? See, that's a little off, right? We can trim that. So let me make sure, and double check. Don't just cut all willy-nilly. Double check, make sure your lines are straight or whatever, because once it's gone, it's gone. And I don't want to scare anybody, but I just want you to take your time. Just take your time. That's all. Just take your time. So I'm double checking with that. Clip this, bring it down. Okay, now where are we with that? That looks pretty good. What you think? See, I double checked, because at first it looked like, oh, that's crazy. But actually that looks pretty good. So what I'm gonna do is, you see this errant, not the loose hairs. I'm shedding a lot, guys. But this one right here, you see this one jutting out right there? I'm just gonna do that. Make sure my scissors are even. If I can get my hand together. But see, that's why sometimes I turn it this way, because sometimes, you know, this can be awkward. Make it work for you, okay? Doesn't have to be awkward. Now this works for me, just turning it this way, okay? And now I can really see. I just level that out right there. That's all I did. Now, when I trim it in about 2 weeks, I'll probably be trimming, probably about this much off. See where my scissors are? All this behind the scissors, that's probably gonna go. And just let it go. Again, using your fingers. Oh, we can do that. Look at that. Bring it all the way down. See how it's a little uneven. And I'm focusing in on the top 2 knuckles, or top 2 parts of my fingers. I'm not going to worry too much about this. I'm holding on to it, but I'm going to focus in on cutting this part, because I have the most hold. Okay? You see how it's even a little slack right here. So I'm focusing in on that part. You see how this little, and I just trim it right there. That's it. Just trimmed a little bit right there. Okay? Okay, and then I just basically do that all the way around. What I do for the back, I'm gonna show you what I do for the back. I just work my way around. I pull this down, and just to give you an idea of how I trim the back, I'm usually looking in a mirror, and I use my little duck clip. And I clamp this down. And I just bring it all the way down. I comb it. Oh Lord, this is hard. Okay. Now bring it all the way down. And that little bit right there, I bring it up and I look at where it's uneven and then I just cut straight across. That's exactly how I make sure it's even. I pull my head down, and so with the back, I just continue on. So I did the middle, I'll do this part. Again, this is a little awkward because I'm not in the mirror, but I'm just gonna, I bring it pretty much all the way down. And then I would trim this part. Then I'll do this part. Same idea. Look at it, make sure it's even, trim, trim, trim. You see how it's clamped on? If you do not trust your fingers, again, if you do not trust yourself with your fingers, maybe you're a little nervous or your hands are, you know, you don't trust yourself, or maybe you'd rather use, you know, a clip. If you don't have, I think they used to sell, I guess, little devices just for this, you know, for home hair cutting. I can't remember what it was called. It had a little leveler at the top. Do some of you guys remember that? It had a little leveler just like you would use with, you know, construction and so forth and so on. I didn't have that. I didn't know where it was. I just made stuff. I just, you know, put this together myself. I said, well, all I need is something that can clamp down. So that's what I did. I bought a big duck bill clip, and that's what I did. I put a little felt in it, wrapped around the metal piece so that my hair doesn't just glide all the way through. And as you can see, I put little hair bands at the end just to secure it. Boom, I'm good to go. And everything else I do by, I just sort of eyeball it, make sure that it's even. Yes, I've had times where it was on a slope and I'm like, oh, I thought it was even, but it's okay. I just even it up. Boom. I've gotten a lot better. My eyesight has gotten a lot better. I can tell what's straight and what's not straight. And yes, so this is what I do. So, and I just bring it forward and I just cut it. Okay. So that's what I would do all the way around. Okay. And see, as you can tell, it's not bad at all. It really isn't. You know, so I'm going to leave this alone. But again, if yours is uneven, you would just cut it, I guess, you know what I mean? Just cut it where the hairs are a little off. And that's it. Okay? So I do that all the way around. And do that all the way around. But I want to show you how I also do my shape. So what I do is I go around and I cut the perimeter. Okay, I go all the way around 360 and I pull it down and I do a blunt cut all the way around. Okay, that's how I normally do it. And then what I do is I go through and that's when I start to shape it. So to shape it, to sort of give it this full bow, back in the day it was like a mushroom, but it's a more relaxed mushroom, I guess an updated mushroom, you know, just like a mushroom cap where, you know, everything is down and under. So this is more relaxed, more of an updated mushroom. But anyway, I put like slight layers in it, as you can see. Okay. So I am going to go through, and what I do is after I get the perimeter, I get the bottom to make sure it's all even. I go through and I pull it out almost at, I guess it would be 45 degrees. And I make sure, ooh, see, that looks bad already. I want it at a diagonal going this way. Okay? That's what I want. I want it at a diagonal. And if I cannot do that, Or if I do not have that, that's when I start to trim. This is, yeah. So I'm just going to trim. I'm looking at the mirror over here. I'm just taking off a very little. I cut it at a 45-degree angle. 90, 45, 45 down. Yeah, I cut it at an angle. No, I cut it at a 45-degree angle. Okay, I cut this part. Now, I'm not worried about this part. I'm going to show you what I'm doing with this part. Now, I'm going to bring this up. And again, we're going to go over this in depth in about 2 weeks. 2 weeks, because that's when I'm really going to cut it. I cut at a 45-degree angle this way. And then I cut at a 90-degree angle this way. Okay? And I just let that fall down. Do this side. 2 fingers. Down. It's not bad. We're just doing a mini. Can you see that? Let me use the clamp. You might be able to see it better with the clamp. So stay tuned. We're going to do the real Cadill in about 2 weeks. And I'm really going to go through and make sure that this is all. So we see that? Okay. So that right there. There it is. Just a little bit. I can bring it down more, make sure it's straight. Oh yeah, that's good. Oh yeah. Oh. Okay. Then I bring it up to a 90-degree angle. We're going to use the clamp on this one. Again, I put the felt on there so it can grab my hair. The felt on the clamp. I just pull it straight out. Just pull it straight out. Okay, see that? Just to demonstrate, I'm barely taking off anything, guys. And see, I'm lining my scissors up with this guide. As long as you know this is straight, then line it up with the scissors and you're good, okay? If you're using guide. If it's your fingers, same principle. Make sure this is straight. Make sure all your lines are straight. The scissors are parallel to the straightness of your fingers and or whatever you're using, clip or something else that you rigged, and you're good. Yes, I see that. I see that. Okay. Yeah, I don't get caught up into the whole, oh, it's got to be this, and I got to spend $10 million on that, and oh, this is $50 for this blow dryer. I'm like, okay, what else can I use? Because I just feel like a lot of that stuff is just hype and it's not necessary. And then it makes you feel inadequate as a layperson doing your hair, and you can do your hair. If you go to the salon, I think that's absolutely great. If you found someone who can really take care of your hair and really cares about your hair and hair growth, excellent. Man, a lot of us haven't found that yet, or we just enjoy doing our own hair. So that looks good. That looks good. So again, if yours is, I guess I can trim just a little bit right here. Again, it's at a 45-degree angle. I'll just pull it up so I can see and show you what's going on. And then I'm gonna pull it up to the 90. And bring it straight out because it's going to be 90 degrees. See that? So that should be shorter. This should be even out. And that looks pretty even to me. But just for demonstration purposes, we can trim just a little, just a teeny, tiny. But the whole point is, again, line it up. Line up your scissors with that, or your fingers, meaning lining your scissors up with your fingers. They should be straight, and just, then you know you're on the right path. Uh-oh, I almost went crazy there. We almost had an SOS. Okay. But yeah, that's how. So we're doing okay. We're doing okay. That's pretty much it. And then I go around. Again, just to about my ear. And all this in the back, that gets just the blunt cut and 45. That's all that is. And you've already seen my bangs. We don't have to go over that again. But that's what I do. Okay? That's basically what I do. And this is just, like I said, a dusting. We're not doing anything major. Okay? Because that's going to come in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. About 2 weeks. I got to order my relaxer. Hopefully that comes in time because, you know, you can't run to the store. So, but the more you keep your hair trimmed, the more you train it, it's going to thank you for it. It's going to be more luxurious and shine and soft and full. And we want full hair, okay? We want full hair. Like I said before, long is nice, but healthy is better. Long is nice, but healthy is best, okay? So that's what we want. Okay, so we are going to do a length check. And you know what? I think we're doing okay. Okay, guys, so that's it. We were in and out, okay, and we did a little mini trim. We did the length check. I think we're doing pretty good. I think we're seeing the progress. What you think? I see it. Do you see it? I kind of see it. Do you kind of? Okay. I think we're doing okay. Okay, so we got 2 more weeks, and then we're going to relax it and trim it up and make sure everything still looks good and keep this progress going. I'm excited. I hope you're excited about your hair. I hope this isn't this whole situation that's going on. I hope you're not discouraged about anything, including, you know, upkeep of your hair. For those of you that go to salons, you know, everything doesn't have to go to pot. You can still upkeep your hair, okay? Like I said, invest in some scissors. You should have some on your own anyway. I really believe that. That way, in between time, you know, you can sort of maintain everything. And I don't want you to be scared. Don't be scared. It's the first cut usually is scary, but once you get past that, you're fine. And we're just doing trims. I'm not telling you guys to go out and do, you know, origami on your hair or any type of special situations going on. Not telling you any of that, but you can trim your hair. You can trim your ends so that when you go back to the professionals, you're good. It's not going to be a thing of correcting damage. It's going to be a thing of, okay, let's keep this going. Okay. Let's not let the health of our hair go to pot just because we can't go to a salon. And for those of us who've already been doing our hair, this is right up our alley. Okay, and this whole DIY situation, this is us anyway. So this really shouldn't, put any type of kinks in the machine for us. But again, those who go to the salon, take your time, trim your ends. Your beautician, your salon person will thank you. Trust me. Just do little, you can do a dusting, but if you see something and it's not even, just take it and take it to right where it should be even. Don't take a lot off. If you're extra nervous, which you should not be, just do a teeny bit. But I'm telling you, even the teeniest bit helps, because that's how I started. When I first started trimming my hair, I was so nervous. I was like, oh, well, because you don't know. You don't know until you know. That's the whole point. You don't know until you know. And if you've never done it, you got to do it so you can say you have done it, and you can sort of speak on your experience. And I think you'd be surprised. I think you would. A lot of people are going to surprise themselves with this. So don't let this stop anything, okay? This monkey of a situation is not going to stop the show, okay? It's not going to stop it. So trim your ends. If you have to do just teeny tiny, then do teeny tiny. But don't let them go to waste. Don't let them go to pot. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Trust me. Okay? So thank you so much. Thanks for dialing in and showing up. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know down below. And yeah, I'll be back and we'll be talking about some more stuff. And everybody just stay positive, be safe, and we will be back. Okay?